The 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by St. Mark's High School, the Buffon, the Cicero, and the Locke family, 94.7 WDSD FM, and by Matt Haley Trust. And we welcome you to the Chase Fieldhouse here in Wilmington, Delaware, as we get set for games 3, 4, and 5 here today in day 2 of the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. Great to be with you here. Mike Corey alongside Barnett Harris. And I know you've been rocking it out so far this entire day today. Now we got you in the stands all over the place. I think that's a great role for you as well, right?
I never played baseball, but if I did, I'd be a utility player.
Right?
He's not defined anything. Let's just plug and play. Let's just see if it works out. And I love it. I'm doing everything. I'm up in the stands. I'm a sideline reporter. I'm here. I'm taking tickets. I'm picking things off the top shelf. I'm doing whatever it takes.
Great to have you back here courtside. Tell us a little bit about what we saw Friday night for the 2 games, and then already what's going on so far here today.
Absolutely. Friday night, St. Mark's boys and girls both played. St. Mark's boys were able to get a win. St. Mark's girls ultimately took a loss to Newark Charter. And today has been off to a jam-packed. Started off with Padua getting a dominant win against DMA, and then we just saw Odessa make a great comeback win against Conrad. So it's been a good game. It's been a good day, great day so far. But nothing better than being able to just hang out with Mike Corey in the flesh, doing this for is this the 5th year we've done this?
Yeah, it is. And this is the 8th overall year, and you got the games coming up here right now at 4 o'clock. Ursuline and Friends, and then we'll have St. George's and Smyrna, followed up in the nightcap, which we always have Sally's and Sanford here today.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear your call for those games. We bring in the best for the big time.
Hey, let's talk about what's going on here, because you were already showcasing some of the merchandise. I know that's one of the big things here this weekend, as it always is. How's it going so far in that regard?
It's been amazing. We've had new clothes that are selling out. People are really excited for it. We've dropped a lot of new merch, and we have, the silent auction is doing well. A lot of bids, a lot of great things up for bid, and it's been exciting. It's just a lot of good energy in the building today as we see some merch.
Excited to keep it going here today. Remember, visit unlockthelight.com/donate, your way to get involved and help the SL24 Foundation here in the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. There's a look at some of the great merchandise here on sale at the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. We also have the online auction, which has been outstanding as well. We'll talk more about that, and we'll get you set up for the opening tip here between Ursuline and Friends right after this.
What else should I bid on for the auction? Ooh, a fun night in Philly. Well, it looks like I'm running out of room. I might also have to bid on balloon planners. But what about the footballs? Now the question is, which signed Eagles football do I want? Landon Dickerson or Jalen Hurts? Or I can just bid on a nice dinner with my friends. And if we don't know where to go, that won't be a problem, because with the Platinum Dining Group, there's a handful of options. Or we can do the Bardet experience and try them all. Ugh, but I've been working so hard. Maybe I deserve a vacation. Maybe I can bid on something from Elite Island Resorts. I can go to Antigua, Panama, or even the Barbados. Yeah, I could get used to this. Well, enough about me. What about all of our high schoolers and their families? Don't you want to show some school spirit? Well, now you can with some swag bags. Plenty of merch in here. All you have to do is bid on them. Or maybe you just want a relaxing game night with your friends or family or even alone. Well, we've got you covered. Now the question is, what are you gonna bid on this year?
And welcome back inside the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. Getting set for our game here today between Ursuline and Friends. Again, Mike Corey, Barnett Harris with you. There's John Noonan, head coach for Ursuline. Jeff Flanders, the head coach for Friends. And looking forward to this one here. This is game 3 of 5 today in the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic.
I'm really excited. I've had the fortunate opportunity to call Ursuline's games the past several years, and they've been dominant performances. I'm excited to see what Friends brings to them. Do they bring a challenge? And I'm excited for a good game.
Talked to John Noonan before the game here today for Ursuline, and they play such a tough schedule, right? That non-conference schedule, if you will, earlier in the year to get his girls ready for play in Delaware. And the record, he said right now, 7-6. But again, because you play such tough competition, I think they do that every single year, and it's really helped them understand what they need to work on and what they're good at.
Absolutely, and as an A10 aficionado, let me throw the name out, John Chaney. He used to have those Temple teams play an insane non-conference schedule, but it helped them prepare for the games that truly matter. And John Noonan is taking a little bit of flavor out of that to have his girls ready when it matters most.
Our officials today, Mike DeMuzio with Tom Peters and Sean Igo. Ursuline in the red and Friends in the blue. Thanks for being with us here today for the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. We'll have a couple of special guests coming on later on to talk about the organization and what SL24 has done, trying to make this year the best ever, and we seem to surpass it every single year. The money raised and all the great stuff that everyone's doing for this organization. Amori Anderson gets the scoring started here today for Ursuline.
And we're off. And we are off, Mike Corey. I'm excited. What a fast start and a little bit of press from Ursuline to try to keep the tempo.
Here's a jumper on the way from Izzy Winchell. Doesn't go. Offensive rebound by Gianna Catone. And it got taken away.
A nice steal by Nia Murphy. And Friends, good job by Friends getting back, getting a hand on the ball.
Here's Anderson. Doesn't get it, and the other way, it's Wiggins. Ryan Wiggins. Coach Noonan was talking about number 5 in red, Anderson, who's already got some offers from Delaware and Syracuse, just a freshman.
Absolutely, a blue hen hopeful, I'm excited to see how she progresses. She's clearly aggressive, she's clearly comfortable, and I'm excited. If Coach Noonan has high praise for you, I trust his judgment.
The basket by Molly Dolan for Friends has tied the game at 2 here. Just under a minute and a half gone by. Friends ball. Wiggins, jumper no, and rebounded by Nia Murphy, senior for Ursuline.
Ursuline trying to push the tempo when they get the ball. They kick out to the guard, and everyone's running down court to get into their sets. A fast-paced, a high-tempo team.
Murphy, and an offensive foul is called.
That's a great take by Gianna Catone. Slide with her, aggressive lean, fall. Great defense. In the spot, as we see in her spot, let her do all the work.
And almost a steal, and it is here by Jade Miskowitz. And a foul called on Friends.
Ursuline with a little soft press, but in a little bit of a trap zone. Ryan Wiggins tried to dribble through the trap. Didn't necessarily work. You got to pass through those soft trap zones in a press.
And Jada Miskowitz at the free throw line here for Ursuline makes it 3-2. Offensive rebound, and the putback by Elise Hopkins doesn't go, and Friends has it here with Gianna Catone, who's fouled coming up the court. That's Hopkins with her first. Hopkins just an 8th grader for this team right now for John Noonan's squad.
He has a history of finding some 8th graders that are ready for the moment.
Hopkins, an 8th grader. Anderson, a freshman. Here's Izzy Winchell. And Ryan Wiggins called for a traveling violation. You can support SL24 at unlockthelight.com/donate. Your way to get involved here. And we just keep seeing the numbers increase year after year, Barnett. Last year's total, 674,324 here from the Chase Fieldhouse, and we're certainly hoping to get it close to, if not go over that number again here today. And you know, we also have the volleyball tournament down at Dewey Beach in the summertime, which is another incredible campaign here for SL24 as Anderson drives in. And the combo of those two events, we're pushing close to $1 million, which is awesome.
It's incredible. Just the energy, the support from this community, whether it's monetarily or coming out to volunteer, engaging in the events we are doing. It's just amazing to see. It's amazing to be a part of, and I'm just amazed more and more each year how supportive this community has been to this organization.
Our special guest coming up a little bit later, Chloe Cudahy, who is a team captain for St. George's SL24 team. She'll join us along with Emily Ryle, Sean's room coordinator at the house. Sean's room has been Sean's house and Sean's rooms, right, throughout the entire state of Delaware. It's growing at a rapid rate.
Absolutely, and I think it's a testament to the young people expressing that the sentiment that, hey, this is something we care about, this is something we want to address, and the schools taking it upon themselves to provide the resources so that these young peoples have whatever they need for them to be the best version of themselves. And it's amazing that at such a young age, you show such maturity and such vulnerability that you're willing to express, hey, I want to have a space where I can come when I might be having a rough day.
When you look back at the year that Sean's house opened, 2020 in October, I mean, since then, 45,000 visitors throughout the door. But it is close to almost 6 years now, right, Barnett? Every time I think back, you know, there's something that happened like, hey, 2018 to this, 20. That's like 6 years ago now. I mean, this has been pretty amazing for how long this has continued on and how positive it's been.
Absolutely. It's crazy because time just like seems to fly, and I can't believe it's been 6 years of having Sean's house. It's been 8 years of having this event. It's been 5 great years of being able to do this call with you. It's just amazing. And each year I find more and more enjoyment out of it. I find more and more love from the community, more and more support, and I'm fueled to continue to try and give back any way I can.
Molly Dolan's at the free throw line here for Friends, as Ursuline leads it 5-2.
Friends has been doing a good job of limiting Ursuline to one shot, and they just, on the flip side, just have to execute, because they've been getting some good looks, they just have to execute the plays.
Three-pointer on the way by Claire Gordon. And saved from going out by Molly Dolan. Friends has it.
Friends has numbers. A nice bucket by Molly Dolan from Friends. Got the steal and then gets the bucket on the other side. Anderson sets up the offense for Ursuline.
Well, you're right about the limit to one shot and making sure you're getting the defensive rebound here. Friends trailing by just one as we come up on 3 minutes to go in this first half. They got a chance to go in front. Ryan Wiggins. Here's Dolan. Tough shot, and Amori Anderson has it. Trying to go coast to coast, and she does. And I think we're seeing why John Noonan is so high on this young lady. What a drive all the way from the other end of the court.
Absolutely, an aggressive take, but she has great control of her body, was able to absorb the contact and finish through the lane.
Catone is fouled here.
As we see Anderson get the rebound, drive, absorb the contact, and finish through the tough lane.
Jana Miskowitz was called for the foul for Ursuline, her first. And here at the free throw line is Gianna Catone. Knocks it down to make it a 1-point game here, Barnett, with 2:31 to go in the first quarter.
I like it. I like it. Friends is playing good defense. Ursuline is speeding Friends up. Ursuline is running their plays or executing. This is a good game so far, and I'm really enjoying it. It's fast-paced, it's intense.
Murphy misses on the three and rebounded by Friends and Izzy Winchell. Feeds it into the middle, and a nice little runner there by Hannah Jackman. It doesn't go though, and it's back the other way quickly for Nia Murphy for Ursuline. Murphy goes coast to coast and makes it 9-6.
That was a great take. Rebound, I'm feeling it. I'm going to drive it. Nice take by Nia Murphy. Friends taking their time running their set.
Catone tried to go inside, it got taken away. And Murphy once again trying to do the same thing, and she's going to be fouled. And they'll call it on Gianna Catone, her first for Friends. And free throws coming here for Nia Murphy. 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. You can see above the score about the online auction. We've got an autographed Jalen Hurts football, tickets to a Philadelphia Eagles home game next year, restaurant gift cards, island vacation packages from around the Caribbean, so much more. Here's how you can donate. The QR code, givebutter.com/SL24Classic8, or go to unlockthelight.com/donate. And all of your donations and help here, whether it's the merchandise, the online auction, straight donations, help to go keep the SL24 Foundation going and run Sean's house with the Sean's rooms and all the resources that have been provided for now over the last almost 8 years.
Absolutely. It goes directly back into the community, it goes directly back into the organization, and it helps us maintain our mission. Your mental health is 24/7, and so are we.
It all started in 2019 right here at the Chase Fieldhouse. That was the first year of this tournament. $208,000 is raised, and then we had $674 from last year. We're hoping to bring that total above it here in 2026. Every little bit helps, and thank you for being with us here today. You're watching game 3 of 5 for the day, Ursuline and Friends. Ursuline is in red, Friends in blue. It's a 5-point lead as we're under 50 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Absolutely. This has been a high-paced game. And even if you don't have the ability to donate monetarily, come hang out with us. Come down to Sean's house, come visit, come to one of our events, come spend some time with us, see us in action, come talk to us. Just like you could just come spend some time come hang with us. We like to have fun.
We do. Anna Weiner now over to Ryan Wiggins here for Friends. They've got 22 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. And nobody home on that pass, going over to Ursuline with 15.7 to go.
Absolutely. If I'm Ursuline, I take the last shot. I run a play that I feel comfortable with and try to execute. Score, try to take a shot with 3 to 4 seconds left.
In the hands of Amori Anderson. They work it inside here from Murphy. A dribble, a shot, the score with 1 second to go. Well designed, and Ursuline leads it 13-6 at the end of 1.
That was great execution.
We will step aside. We're back with the second quarter here between Ursuline and Friends. You're watching the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic from the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware. More after this.
Partnerships built on relationships. That's our motto at CBM Insurance, and those words guide everything we do. We provide the best possible service experience because our focus is on the relationship first. When you join CBM, you join a team with an average of 20 years in the insurance industry, long-standing relationships with our carrier partners, and deep roots in our community. We stand ready to be your trusted partner and insurance advisor.
The 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by the Marticelli Restaurant Group, TKO Hospitality, and by Ward & Taylor. Back in Wilmington, Delaware, the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. There's John Noonan and the team for Ursuline, who lead it here at the end of 1, 13-6, start of the second quarter. And we welcome you back here to the Chase Fieldhouse, along with Barnett Harris. I'm Mike Corey, and we've got a special guest joining us here in just a moment. As putting up the shot, Izzy Winchell. It doesn't go, and Ursuline has done this. They're off and running. And Amori Anderson popping up a 3, and that's off the mark.
I don't think John Noonan is going to like that shot. Only one back, and you pull up for a 3.
All right, so while we have a moment, Chloe Cudahy joins us here now, courtside, the team captain for St. George's SL24 team. Chloe, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, what's going on?
I'm having fun.
Is this a great event or what?
It's a very great event.
I want to hear from you about what's going on. You're the captain for the SL24 team at your school. Tell me a little bit more what that's all about and how your team has made some changes in your school based on this organization.
Yes, of course. With going to St. George's, it's definitely hard for the freshman section because when they're transferring in, they don't really know anyone. So this group helped a lot of students that I've talked to and a lot of people in general at our school with expressing how they feel and doing it the right way. Our group is very important because when they did it, they just helped people and it gave them a safe space they knew they could go to. I think it was a great decision they made to make Sean's room because the cafeteria can be a lot at sometimes. It's a lot. So when I first went there, I went during lunches just to experience it, and it really helped because with people that have anxiety and they are suffering from problems, it just shows them they are not alone and they always have someone.
Have all your fellow students and people at the school got to the point where they really have embraced this and understand that, hey, everybody's on the same page here, right? You know what I mean? Have you had to, how has that gone?
We're definitely trying to get it across. We definitely do have a good small group at the moment, and I feel like it's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger over the weeks. We meet every Wednesday or every other week on Wednesdays, and we always start off with the icebreaker, and I make sure that's known because they know they can always go talk to someone, and I feel like it's just, when it's spread around the whole school, it's just really the best experience for the school members.
This has been the extension from Sean's house that was opened back in 2020 in October. As you're watching the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic here, Ursuline in red, Friends in blue. It's an 8-point lead for Ursuline right now with 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. And the rebound by Ursuline. Chloe Cudahy joins us talking about Sean's Rooms, which is one now at St. George's, and how important it is. And now it's just going to start to spread, right,
yes,
throughout the entire state of Delaware. So not only in your school, but there are others out there as well. You're continuing to tell us a little bit about why this is so important and also how it has kind of changed the mental health conversation and culture, like you said, right? People just feel a little bit more open to talk about it. What else have you recognized throughout all this?
Especially with the freshman section, because I'm a freshman at St. George's. When experiencing going there, there was a big group of divisions. Like, it was each group had their own group from coming in. So when they originally came in, it was just very separated. So when you try to find your own group, it was unique trying to find it, I would say. And so when you go to find the groups, it was kind of hard making friends, I can admit that. But once you got in, and I went to Sean's Room first meeting, and I've been there ever since, of course. But it definitely helped meet new people and meet other people.
Do you think it's also helped you with your transition into high school, and have you felt a little bit more comfortable juggling all the demands that high school entails?
Very. I have really bad anxiety, especially. So when it came to coming to a new school, I was excited because it's a new school, it's a new environment. I went to the same middle school since kindergarten. And so just in general, when people came together for that group, it was a big deal to me. When they talk about this Unlock the Light groups, it's the best, really. Because my middle school did not have this experience. My middle school did not really talk about it. There was a lot of stuff going on. And with this new environment coming in and just seeing that there's people knowing that you're there and you're included, it just feels the best. It just makes it, like, amazing.
Absolutely. Are you and the other people who are involved in Sean's Room, do you guys have time, or do you guys have the opportunity to kind of like hang out outside of school and do other things that a young woman, a young boy likes to do in high school? It's been a while since I've been in high school, Mike.
Yeah, I understand that. Go ahead, Chloe.
So basically with this, we're trying to schedule a time to go to Sean's house because I wanted to go there so bad with the team. Because we call ourselves not a group, we call ourselves a team, because you can come any meeting, anytime you want, just to hang out, even if it's just for one meeting. You're still a part of it. So when doing this, I'm trying to get like a time to go to Sean's house or just hang out with people outside of school. I definitely think people from meeting each other from that group did hang out outside of school and have fun. And I feel like that actually makes the high school experience better and more fun, in a way, if you understand.
Yeah, absolutely. Chloe, got one more for you here in just a moment as Ursuline leads at 20-10 over Friends. Jumper on the way, a three-pointer doesn't go for Ryan Wiggins, and Ursuline and Anderson once again running here. As we're on our way down to 4 minutes remaining in this second quarter. All right, Chloe, just for everybody to understand like what the Sean's Rooms are all about, tell me what happens when you go there, who's there, what are the conversations like, what is it like, so we understand.
Okay, so with going to Sean's Room, you can schedule a meeting or you can go to one of our actual meetings. If you schedule a meeting or just want to go down there, most people do it to get help or like just to chill out from school, because school is a lot, and especially with grading and meeting new people, it's very much just for one day. It's like very chaotic. So if you're feeling like not the greatest that day, or you just need a break, you can sign up a scheduled pass to go down to Sean's Room. And when going down to Sean's Room, people just usually talk to Emily, making sure they know when they come in. And if you need help, you can talk to, there's usually 4 to 5 people in there to help you. So I usually go to Emily if I need to talk to her or if I just need help, and it just helps people in general.
Well, we really appreciate you coming on and talking about all this. And has this started your broadcast career? Is the first time you've been on air? You did great, by the way. Very, very well done. And we really appreciate it because this is the kind of message that everybody needs to hear, and they need to hear it from people like yourself.
Thank you.
So all the best to you for the rest of this freshman year for you.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of this tournament here today as well.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Chloe Cudahy joining us from St. George's High School and talking about Sean's room. We've got a whistle and a foul here on Ursuline. And it's going to go against Claire Gordon, and that's her first, as they lead it 22-14 with 2:31 to play in the first half. And that's where the message needs to come from, Barnett. It's on people like her, right, to hear exactly what's going on, and so everybody can feel comfortable to get involved in the conversation.
Absolutely, and it takes strength, it takes courage, and vulnerability. She expressed that she deals with anxiety and came on to this broadcast and talked about what Sean's room at St. George's is doing for her and helping her transition into high school, which is a daunting time for anyone.
Missing on a jumper is Gianna Catone. That's the one thing I took out of it too, is like, who is really doing that at a young age like that, coming out and saying, yes, they do have some anxiety, or they do need to speak with someone, and this is really helping them, right? For someone like her to come out and do this, especially on the air, I just think that speaks volumes, because now other people hear that message and they're like, yeah, I got something bothering me too. Let me go talk about it. It's pretty impressive and admirable for her. I was glad that she was able to join us.
Absolutely, and as long as I've been doing this, the support from the St. George's community has just been outstanding. From the first event we've ever done, students from St. George's have come volunteer, have supported, have showed up at events, have done anything they want. They've come to Sean's house. So I want to give all credit to St. George's. The students that make up that institution are just the best society has. They're open, they are there for each other, and they've been great to the SL24 Unlock the Light Foundation.
Excellent passing here from Friends, and it's Hannah Jackman, the recipient, after the ball moved 3 times, and it's 22-16 now. Ursuline's lead is down to 6.
Absolutely love the fight from Friends. Ursuline got out to a little bit of a lead, but basketball is a game of runs, Mike. You know this. Friends settled in, run their set, and they're chomping away at this lead bit by bit.
Maury Anderson brings it back out. Here's Elise Hopkins now for Ursuline. Over to Maya Curtis. Could be a carrying violation. Substitution here. Anna Weiner is back in for Friends as Gianna Catone takes a seat. And Friends with the ball, down by only 6. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Good game here so far in game 3 of 5 today. The 8th annual SL24 basketball classic.
I'm loving it, Mike. I am loving it. I'm here, and I'm excited, and I'm loving the intensity these two teams are playing with.
And the ball knocked out, and it was last touched by Friends. It'll be Ursuline ball. At what point do you, I know there's no shot clock, right, in high school, but like, do you want to hold for the final shot? Maybe just say, hey, we're going to go in the half down by no more than 6. I mean, I don't know. Was there too much time in the last possession? 40 seconds to try to hold it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I probably would have leaned towards waiting for the last shot, but sometimes when you think something's there, I also would like to encourage players to trust themselves, but I think it would have been safe to hold it for the last shot.
Anderson's going to bring it all the way out. She's got 2 seconds left. She'll pop up a 3, and it's no good. And that's how the half will end, with Ursuline leading 22-16.
And Friends, they escaped right there. They had a turnover, but they got to stop. And on the flip side, I'm not sure John Noonan is happy with that last play. I think they could have ran a better play to get at least a little bit of a better shot when they had 30 seconds to run a play.
Fans, help us make this another incredible year. Your donations, the online auction, merchandise, ticket sales, all goes directly to help support and fund Sean's House and the SL24 Foundation. As you are watching the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic, here's how you can donate. Thanks for your support. We've reached the half between Ursuline and Friends. We'll take a timeout and be back with the start of the second half in just a little bit.
What else should I bid on for the auction? Ooh, a fun night in Philly. Ugh, well, it looks like I'm running out of room. I might also have to bid on balloon planners. But what about the footballs? Now the question is, which signed Eagles football do I want? Landon Dickerson or Jalen Hurts? Or I can just bid on a nice dinner with my friends. And if we don't know where to go, that won't be a problem, because with the Platinum Dining Group, there's a handful of options. Or we can do the Bardet experience and try them all. Ugh, but I've been working so hard. Maybe I deserve a vacation. Maybe I can bid on something from Elite Island Resorts. I can go to Antigua, Panama, or even the Barbados. Yeah, I could get used to this. Well, enough about me. What about all of our high schoolers and their families? Don't you want to show some school spirit? Well, now you can with some swag bags. Plenty of merch in here. All you have to do is bid on them. Or maybe you just want a relaxing game night with your friends or family or even alone. Well, we've got you covered. Now the question is, what are you gonna bid on this year?
The time I faced adversity was when I dislocated my kneecap. It put me out for the rest of my senior season, so that was the last time I'll ever touch a basketball. Basketball has honestly brought me my best friends. It's taught me how to move through adversity and how to push through hard things.
My cousin died. It was hard times, but I just talked to my family about it and just got through adversity, pushed through. We just kept talking and showing love to each other, just show how much we meant to each other. It helped me on the basketball court, know who I'm playing for, just thinking about them, and even with our family, it just make me think I love them and I don't know what I would do without them.
When I was in 3rd grade, my parents, they got a divorce. It was a tough time for me. I faced a lot of adversity I had to push through. I really relied on my family.
I faced adversity when my parents separated and kind of just broke me, and I just felt like I didn't have a safe space at home to just feel all my feelings, and I didn't really have anyone to talk to about it. Basketball was just an outlet where I could just use go there and let all my feelings out. Didn't have to talk about anything, didn't have to think about anything that was going on.
Growing up knowing the Locke family and being family friends with them, I was very aware of Sean's passing, and just being able to see the impact of his passing on other people, I was able to be aware of how to deal with mental health and just be more comfortable.
Losing my grandma at a young age and my childhood friend recently, I felt like a part of me just left. That's really it. It was hard without seeing them every day no more.
It was my 6th grade year. It was COVID. COVID just hit and we were in quarantine, and I got a call from my mom saying that my cousin passed away in a bike accident. He brought a lot of joy to our family. He walked in the room, everybody started smiling. He was just a cool person to be around. I do play for him a lot. We didn't really share basketball, but he was always in the stands for me when I needed him.
When my grandmother passed away my 8th grade year, it was definitely a very hard time for me because my grandmother was my biggest supporter when it came to sports. Her passing away was a loss to everyone, and so I felt like grieving with my family definitely helped me, feel my emotions and get through that hard time. Basketball helps me get through it because it just reminded me of her and how much she loved watching me play. She just loved supporting me, and I feel like knowing that I was playing the game that she loved to watch me play, it made me feel a lot better.
Sean was truly an amazing athlete, not only just an amazing person, but he would always say hi to everyone, but on the court he was just a force. Amazing I can be on the court to showcase the love I have for others and the love I had for Sean.
Hi, I'm Carl Dridge, founder and CEO of Platinum Dining Group, a Delaware-based hospitality group that's been serving the Mid-Atlantic region since 1996. And I'd like to personally welcome you to our collection of restaurants. For nearly 30 years, Platinum Dining Group has had the privilege of serving millions of guests throughout the area. What began as a single idea has grown into a family of distinctive dining rooms, each with its own personality, food style, and ambition, but all rooted in the same commitment to unparalleled hospitality. Today, that commitment is brought to life by more than 500 dedicated professionals who show up every day with pride, passion, and an unwavering attention to detail. Our goal has always been simple: to create genuine and memorable experiences. Whether it's handmade pasta at Capers and Lemons, a coal-fired pizza from Taverna, or a sizzling red fire steak, every dish, every drink, and every moment is carefully considered. It's more than just food, it's about the connection. So allow me this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for inviting us into your lives for 30 years. Whether it's a cozy dinner, a milestone celebration, or just something in between, thank you for allowing us to be part of your story, our story, the Platinum Dining Room story.
After I saw the impact that Sean's room was having on so many Spartans, we had the idea to do more Sean's rooms.
People will go to Sean's room just to do their homework or sit down and relax to get out of class, sometimes just to grab a snack and like reset your day.
If we can get through to 5, 10, 15 kids, get their anxiety under control, it will spare them the pain and suffering that I went through as an active alcoholic. Mental health has to be the thing that they put first every day that they get out of bed.
Who will he grow up to be? Well, that depends on all of us. That's why, along with our groundbreaking medical care, Nemours Children's Health supports programs that address issues like food insecurity and the resources essential to learning. It's all part of creating a healthier future for all children. So, he can grow up to be whoever he wants to be. Nemours Children's Health, well beyond medicine.
Aha! I knew it! You are stealing my Jersey Mike's gig.
Danny, it's just because Jersey Mike's is an official sponsor of the NFL. I'm not taking your gig.
Now you're taking my look.
This is how I dress.
My glasses. I've been looking for those.
I wear glasses. I have astigmatism.
I'll give you astigmatism.
Ready for you on set, Eli.
I gotta go.
Oh. This ain't over, Manning.
Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Hey, that's my line. A sub above.
I suffer from OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, and for me it looks like a lot of different random anxieties and different repetitive behaviors. They're not really preferences, they're more sort of compulsions, so it's not something I really want to do. Every time I leave a table at a restaurant, I have to drink a sip of my water, and I can't swallow it until I leave the restaurant. One time I got the feeling that I wanted to not work. Like, that's a normal feeling that everyone experiences, I'm assuming, from time to time. And my brain sort of took that and spiraled with it. And so instead of, I became really anxious, and instead of just going to work and pushing through it, I like convinced myself that if I went to work, I'd be putting myself in danger. I just thought that something bad would happen. So then I called out. One time I made lunch in like 5 minutes, and within those 5 minutes, I think I washed my hands like 7 times. I could be sitting up in bed at night knowing that me or my roommates locked the door, but if I think about it, and I have to stand up and go and lock it myself, and unlock it and relock it, it's a whole thing. If my roommate locks the door, even if I see her do it, I have to do it because I'm worried that still someone might come into the house or something bad would happen. When I'm experiencing these intrusive thoughts and then I do my compulsions, it makes me feel more calm and relaxed after, but then, you know, after the fact, maybe like even retelling all of this now sounds like really ridiculous and it doesn't make any sense at all. It's really frustrating, honestly, and it's hard to describe to people. You know, if you don't understand something, that's okay, but sort of when people diminish that or say that, oh no, like you're fine, that's okay, that's sort of when it's frustrating to me. Having an official diagnosis from someone was probably the biggest relief of my life. I'm okay, and this is just the way that I receive information, and this is how I make myself feel okay, and you know, nothing too bad is gonna happen if I don't tap the garage door closer 7 times before I leave the house.
Partnerships built on relationships. That's our motto at CBM Insurance, and those words guide everything we do. We provide the best possible service experience because our focus is on the relationship first. When you join CBM, you join a team with an average of 20 years in the insurance industry, long-standing relationships with our carrier partners, and deep roots in our community. We stand ready to be your trusted partner and insurance advisor.
Day 2 of the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. I'm Natalie here with Zion Reddick. Zion, what a crazy game that was. How did it feel to be tied at the end of the third and then come out on top by the end of the game?
Honestly, it felt great. The season been full of ups and downs. I'm happy to see my team turning it around, and y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of us.
And what are you most proud of from this game?
Just my team intensity. It was a close game, the whole game, and nobody tucked their tails. Everybody stayed ready to go. We ain't give up.
Now, what was specifically motivating you on the court today?
My mom, it's all for her. She do a lot for me.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for your time. Great game, by the way. We'll be back with more after this.
The 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by Platinum Dining Group, Big Red's Digital Skyboard, BTL Foundation, and by CBM Insurance. Back inside the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington with former Delaware Blue Hen Barnett Harris. I'm Mike Corey. Started the second half here in game 3 of 5 with Ursuline and friends. It's a 6-point lead right now for Ursuline at 22-16, and the second half coming up in just a moment.
Absolutely, as we see some first half highlights. A strong first half by 5 of Maury Anderson, just a young player for Ursuline. Set the tone, can dribble, can shoot all 3 phases. 10 points in his first half, commanded the lead. Now, on the flip side, Brent gets the ball coming out of half, run a nice set, try to see something go in early, and cut this lead down even more.
Thought they made some pretty good defensive plays, and there you see a nice little drive to the hole by Gianna Catone as they took it coast to coast a couple times as well, although a couple of turnovers proved costly for Friends in the first half.
Absolutely. Ursuline did a really good job of scoring on the turnovers. That's really big because you can get turnovers, but if you're not executing and taking advantage of them, you don't really get the benefit. Ursuline makes you pay when you turn the ball over.
Reason why we're here today and yesterday to help support the SL24 Foundation, Sean's House, and all that they are doing throughout the entire state of Delaware and the community for mental health. The money throughout the previous 7 years that we have raised here have been almost $3 million, which is incredible, and we thank all of you for your support once again here this weekend as well.
A tough take by Nia Murphy. Goes up strong between two defenders. She's a good player. I like her. I like her game. She's a really good player.
Here's how you can donate to the SL24 Foundation. The QR code on your phone you see on the screen. GiveButter.com/SL24Classic8 or UnlockTheLight.com/donate.
Ursuline setting the pace a little bit.
Oh, nice three in the corner, put up and in by Claire Gordon.
Hey, this is a nice start for Ursuline. This is a very nice start for Ursuline. A 5-0 quick in less than a minute. This is how you wanted to come out of half.
Yeah, good call, Barnett. Now Friends and Izzy Winchell, they go back up top here and reverse it over to Ryan Wiggins. Pass deflected, Friends still has it. And a liner and a foul inside. And it's going to be on Anderson as Gianna Catone is going to head to the free throw line here.
Good execution by Friends. Got a nice shot and then was able to draw a foul.
Or they're going to say this is on the floor, so they're going to go back and beat the basket.
And you get the continuation, Mike.
That's been a new rule this year, Barnett, in college basketball anyway, in the games that I'm normally broadcasting. It's a little bit more like the NBA these days, right? Where I guess you're shooting, so we'll give you a shooting foul. Like, whatever happened to in the act of shooting, right?
I don't know, but yeah, I have many thoughts. I don't know.
The NBA has a strong continuation, we know that.
Yes.
It's starting to trickle down a little bit here. Although, no shooting foul there. It's 27-16. Ursuline leads it by 11. Just underway in the third quarter. Nice drive here, Anderson. And she's called for a traveling violation now. In a couple minutes, we're going to be joined by St. George's boys coach, Rod Griffin, who's now in his 14th year at the helm of their school. They're coming up in our next game at 6 o'clock Eastern time. And it'll be great to hear from the coach and the coach's perspective of how much SL24, this tournament, and all it's done, not only with his team, but for him personally as well too.
Absolutely, St. George's has been in this tournament several times in the past few years, and I'm excited to hear from him.
Nia Murphy is back to the free throw line here for Ursuline as they lead it 27-16. It'll stay that way. She'll have one more free throw coming up. And it's 28-16. So Rod has now joined us here. Rod Griffin, the head coach at St. George's. 14th year for you now, right, Coach?
Yes, it is, Mike. How are you?
Great to see you again. Thanks so much.
Great to see you. Pleasure sharing the mic with you for a minute.
Well, thank you very much. We haven't had this before. You guys are coming up in our next game, taking on Smyrna.
Yes.
And I know this means a lot, to you, your team. You're in it every year. But I want to hear from you and your perspective on what this has been like, and then this entire weekend.
Well, for us, it's not just the weekend. It's throughout the year. We started 8 years ago when SL24 first came on the stage, and we've been supporting it ever since. This past week we went to the Gather and Grow at Sean's House. Phenomenal opportunity from our hosts, Soph and Lily. The boys had a great time, and we take that back to our school. And in our school we have Sean's room.
Right.
And so that's a good thing for us and a great opportunity for our kids if they need help.
We just talked to Chloe Cudahy about all that. She was excellent, a freshman, telling us about her struggles and what she was going through. That Sean's room has certainly helped her, and it's certainly helping so many more in your school. And to be able to come out as a freshman, right? To be able to say that and to bring people together, I thought that was huge. You know,
that is huge, and what happens is it gives the kids the opportunity to you know, go see somebody, talk to somebody, take a break if they need to take a break inside. It's a beautiful facility actually at our school. It's Sean's room. It used to be the faculty staff center, but we turned it into the Sean's room, and it's phenomenal. And sometimes I wander down there too.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Another bucket here for Ursuline, and it's going to spark a timeout for Friends as they now lead it 31-16 here.
Coach, you are in a profession of young men who are becoming young men who are eventually becoming men. How do you approach, because you've probably seen generations of young men, how do you instill and inspire these young men to make sure they're taking care of themselves, make sure they're doing the right things, and being able to express when they might not be having a good day?
Well, Barnett, the first thing that we tell the kids, it's more than basketball. So it's not just basketball. You got to be good on the court, off the court, in the classroom. Take care of yourself. If you need help, you can talk to me. You can talk to the other coaches. We do have a retired minister on our staff, Reverend George White, and he's very good with the kids if they need help in any way. And plus, we do have the opportunity to send the kids down to Sean's room. And we tell them, take care of yourself. It's not only, you know, shooting hoops, running up and down and dunking the ball, shooting your favorite shot, but you got to have diet, strength, and rest. And I tell the guys sometimes, you know, mom and dad is not there. And the greatest sign of leadership, as John F. Kennedy said, is in my absence, you do the right thing. And that's what we teach them, to do the right thing, no matter whether I'm there or mom and dad is there supervising them.
Absolutely. And just to follow up on that really quickly, coaches, especially high school coaches, not AAU coaches, but high school coaches, spend so much time with these young men. You kind of adopt a role as like a therapist or someone just to listen to yourself. At what point in your career did you realize that that was like thrusted upon you, like, oh, I'm not just a basketball coach. I'm here to be a voice of reason, wisdom for these young men who are going through, and I'm kind of like molding them myself.
Absolutely. So I take them, and my son, you know, when he was 14, he didn't want to listen, and he was a pretty good basketball player. He played at charter school in Wilmington, and found his way to the Ivy League and played for Dartmouth. And I said, when you want to listen, come back and talk to me. So he finally said, oh, you know what, Dad, I want to talk to you, and let's do what we got to do. So I tell the players, I have patience with them. And I think sometimes some guys you got to stroke them like a peach, and some guys you got to have a swift, you know, foot. So I don't know how else to put it, but you know, you got to have a happy medium. Everybody gets treated fairly, and we set them up for success. And everything we do is competition and modeling after some collegiate program.
Rod Griffin is joining us right now, St. George's head coach. They're coming up in our next game here as they take on Smyrna. And, you know, Rod, I wanted to go back a few years to add on to what you were just saying there. You're doing this at the high school level. I know you know a ton of people, not only in high school and college, coaches all across the country, I'm sure.
Yes.
So when the shift kind of happened, we all kind of go back to, so to speak, like that COVID year, I feel like, you know, because that's just kind of a moment in time where things started to shift. I feel like people became a little bit more understanding, having a little bit better perspective. And as a coach, I guess my question is, like Barnett just said, where did that change happen for you? Because coaching is different now than it was before.
Yes.
And before you just start yelling at somebody, and I'm not saying you do this,
yes,
but before you do that, you almost want to ask, hey, what's going on? How are you doing personally? Is there something else that is related to this that I'm seeing, right?
Right.
And did that happen for you around that COVID time? Did it happen earlier? Have you always been that way? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I've always been that way, but the kids now are different. They're very different with their mentality and approach to the game and how you coach them. Some of the things that you could say back in the day, you have to moderate that now. And I will tell you that I yell because I care. That's what I tell the players. I yell because I care, but now it's more teaching the game and teaching them patience and learning how to play the game correctly. So that's the important part about that.
3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ursuline has opened up the lead by 16 now at 34-18. They control it here with Amori Anderson. who's had a really good game, still with 10 points, but a crossover and knocked out of her hands, out of bounds. Now, how about her as a freshman, right? And what she's done so far here, number 5 for Ursuline.
Yeah, I've been reading about her, and you know, she's one of the players I wanted to make sure I saw this year. So I'm glad I'm getting an opportunity to see her. That's why we got here early, so we could get to see her play. And early today, I wanted to see Tori Richardson from Odessa, and so I got to see 2 great players today so far.
All right, so 2 more things before we let you go, because I know you're getting ready for your game coming up next. Give us a little preview, St. George's and Smyrna, and what that game will be like next game.
Yeah, it's always a great matchup with Smyrna, and we've been playing each other for years. Andrew Mears is a good friend of mine, and I think they like to get up and down. We like to get up and down, and we press them. They press us back. They have some great shooters. We can't let them have open looks, and if we do, we got to find out a way to stop them quick, fast, and in a hurry.
All right, look forward to that game coming up next. And the final thought from you, is there any other kind of message that you want to get out about what you guys are doing, this community, the state? You know, what do people need to hear that are watching us here today?
That if you're having any type of mental issues, you need help, SL24 Foundation is a great organization. Unlock the light. Don't sit on the sidelines and not help. If you need help, reach out. The resources are absolutely. That was a great shot right there. It was. So it's there, and you can help. But before I go, I would tell you, when I'm at home, I'm looking for ESPN games. I hear Mike Curry's voice. I turn to your game, man. And you had some great games lately.
I appreciate it. Yeah, we have had some fun ones this year. I love basketball, and I do get that from a lot of people. Sometimes watching games they normally wouldn't have watched, so they just say, "Oh, I know that guy."
I know that guy, man. Absolutely.
I appreciate it, Rod. It's always good to talk to you.
Thank you, Mike.
Keep up all the great things you guys are doing.
You got it. All right, Barnett.
Thanks again. Rod Griffin joining us here today, the head coach for St. George's. They're coming up next in Game 4 of 5 here in the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. He does a tremendous job. He's been there now 14 years, Barnett. That's a constant, right? I think in our world of ever-changing players here and there, and sometimes it trickles down to the high school level. Pretty cool to have a guy like him and his perspective. You'd love to have your son go play for him.
Absolutely, and having gone to the University of Delaware and have immersed myself in the community, I've seen many St. George's games in the past years, and you can tell he cares. He cares about those players. It's not always about wins and wins or losses, to which he's had many wins, but he cares about developing these young men and molding them to become future great men and leaders in society, and he does a great job. He is one of the true best of this state and in this beautiful game we have of basketball.
A great SL24 ambassador for sure, and this is how you can get involved to donate to the SL24 Foundation for Mental Health. The QR code, givebutter.com/SL24Classic8, or also unlockthelight.com/donate. And all of the proceeds here from your donations, the online auction, merchandise, ticket sales, goes directly to help support and fund Sean's House and the SL24 Foundation. The reason why we're here this weekend, and of course throughout the entire year, helping those who would like to talk about their struggles and need help. They can go into Sean's House, Sean's rooms throughout the state of Delaware. We're going to talk more about that as this day continues as well. 20 seconds left here in the third quarter between Ursuline and Friends. Friends gets a steal, and it's Ryan Wiggins. Nice pass up ahead, and a hard foul as Molly Dolan got hit by Amori Anderson. That's the third foul on Anderson, Barnett, although Ursuline up by 15 points and just 13 seconds to go in the third.
Absolutely. She has to be a little bit smarter and see time and possession. Did you really need to take that foul there? But strong defense, no easy buckets. That's a rule I live by, so I'm not that mad at her.
Molly Dolan, the senior, at the free throw line here for Friends. Oh, offensive rebound and another foul. That was Gianna Catone sneaking in there and getting inside position, and now she's going to go to the stripe.
I think there was a little bit of miscommunication. I think they didn't know that there was only one shot left. I think they thought there was another
yeah.
shot coming. So just a little miscommunication. Friends took advantage of that.
And Carolina Miranda was called for that foul for Ursuline. So one more here for Catone. Can cut it to a 13-point game. And she does with 12 seconds to go. Final shot here coming for Ursuline in the third, you would think.
Yeah, and I'm trusting no one more than Amori Anderson. Let her do what she does.
She's got a game-high 13 points. A little shake and bake crossover, throws up a three. It's short, and that's the end of the third. She wanted to foul, but great sportsmanship there from Molly Dolan, helping her up, and that is the end of three. 37-24, Ursuline. They lead it by 13, and when we return with the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic, the start of the fourth quarter between these two here today from the Chase Fieldhouse in Wilmington, Delaware.
After I saw the impact that Sean's room was having on so many Spartans, we had the idea to do more Sean's rooms.
People will go to Sean's room just to do their homework or sit down and relax to get out of class, sometimes just to grab a snack and like reset your day.
If we can get through to 5, 10, 15 kids, get their anxiety under control, it will spare them the pain and suffering that I went through as an active alcoholic. Mental health has to be the thing that they put first every day that they get out of bed.
The 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic is brought to you by DSM Commercial, HFM Advisors, Jersey Mike's, and by Nemours. Thanks to all of our sponsors here in 2026 for the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic. A huge help and a huge support of this organization as we try to get up and over last year's total, which is pretty phenomenal, $674,324. We'll know the total at the end of today. Here's a jumper that's in for Gianna Catone to start the fourth quarter as Friends tries to mount the comeback. Mike Corey, Barnett Harris with you, former Delaware star for the Blue Hens. And it's just going to come down to defense here, right? And limiting Ursuline to one shot like they just did there.
Absolutely, and stringing a few plays together, they got some momentum leading into the fourth quarter, and they got us.
Another great pass by Izzy Winchell to the shrieking Hannah Jackman, and that's going to spark a timeout by John Noonan and Ursuline as their lead is now in single digits at 37-28.
Strong execution by Friends to end the fourth when you think back to those two fouls, and to start this quarter, two good shots executing the plays exactly how the coach wants, and I like it. Friends is not quitting. They are not out of this.
As they talk it over, we'll tell you about a great way to get involved here and help support the SL24 Foundation and also get some great merchandise. So our virtual auction, I mean, it's got everything. There's a ton of stuff from Eagles gear, Eagles tickets, restaurant gift cards, island vacation packages, prom packages, and swag bags. There it all is right here on display in the Chase Fieldhouse, but it's online, so just go on there and check it out and bid on your favorite items. Over 90 auction items, all on our online auction page, which is at givebudder.com/C/SL24 Classic 8/auction. Check it out. Help the SL24 Foundation. Grab some great gear, some trips, and more. And that's all going on through the end of today.
Absolutely, and Friends gets another turnover.
And a jump ball. It's going to stay here. We got our manual arrow over on the scorer's table today, Bernard. And it'll get flipped now for Friends, the next jump ball we have here. A minute gone by in the fourth. Lead for Ursuline is down to 9. Here's a three. Claire Gordon, no. Rebound by Winchell.
Friends with a little bit of tempo here.
Molly Dolan feeds it inside. The shot is on the way. No good by Catone. Offensive rebound. Back out to Winchell. And the corner pass is deflected out by Miskowicz.
From Prince here, I take my time, run a set that I'm really comfortable with, and try to get a good shot. You have plenty of time. No need to rush.
Head coach Jeff Flanders for Friends and his group have come back here, and you're right, just try to play composed. And that one, not what they wanted. Intercepted by Anderson. On her way to the hole, puts it up and in. And she's got 15 points to lead all scorers in this game here today.
She is a very strong basketball player. It can score at all 3 levels.
And Murphy, who has had a great game as well, intercepts that pass. Anderson gets it up the court to Claire Gordon, who knocks down a 3.
That was a tough 5-0 run, led by the play and the quickness of Amori Anderson.
And that's how quick it turned. 5 quick points there for Ursuline, and now the lead is up to 14.
Absolutely, snatching the momentum out of Friends' hands.
Traveling violation. Here's those last 2 Ursuline buckets.
A nice steal, handles, take it, finish, and even do a little bit of contact. Amori Anderson at all 3 levels. And she shares the rock as well.
Anderson has it. Gordon. Miskowicz. Ramaswabo, and now the jumper is up and good. And once again, Anderson, 18 on another 3, 45-28.
Mike, I tell you what, she's going to be a very good player. She keeps this up, she's going to have a very good basketball career.
She's a freshman, everyone, okay? Number 5 in red.
I see why the Blue Hens already want her.
Yeah, and so does Syracuse and probably a few more schools after, if anybody sees this here today. Here's Anderson again on another drive for 2. And you know, using her body very well, right, Barnett, to be able to shield, take contact, and still convert.
Absolutely, absorbing the contact, making sure you get the right angles, good body control. She's way ahead of just being a freshman.
Here's Ryan Wiggins, and now the jumper for Friends. That's no good. Out of bounds to Ursuline as we're about halfway through this 4th quarter. You're rocking out the Sean's House sweatshirt here, the long sleeve, and you were up in the stands talking about all this great merchandise, which I thought was awesome in the last game. And we'll have you roaming the sidelines as well in our next game coming up. So tell me about the merchandise here. Short and long sleeve shirts, crew necks, hoodies, hats. Pretty impressive here.
Absolutely, Mike. The young people, they call when you release new merchandise a new drop. So SL24 has a new drop. We have a lot of new items. We have new crew necks. One is kind of like a Carolina blue color. It is flying off the shelves. We have it in a navy color, also doing good. We also have quarter zips that people love, absolutely love. We have new hats. We have new T-shirts, as you see some of the merch. The new hats. The new drop has been doing really well. I want to see who our fashion designer is and like shake his head.
I'm going there right after this game, and I'm going to grab something in between our games here. I do this every year, and it's not just here, obviously. It's online. Go to unlockthelight.com, unlock, L-O-C-K-E, thelight.com, and check out all the merchandise, which is there all the time. And that's another great way to help support the foundation. You get something in return, and you're giving out, again, your donations and help the SL24 Foundation for Mental Health.
Absolutely, and whatever you can give, small or large, we greatly appreciate it, and it goes directly back into serving the community. Mental health is 24/7, and so are we. But Mike, what I'm really excited for next game is, like the book Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit of Where's Barnett? And I'm going to just pop up all over the court.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to see.
Like, where is Barnett? Who has eyes on Barnett Harris?
Do you have any thoughts of what you're going to be doing when you're out roaming around here? What's on your mind for this next game?
I'm gonna give some basketball takes. I'm going to interview some people, see how they're doing in life, try to talk to the young people. This is how I stay connected to the youth.
That's good.
Talk to some young people, see what's going on. Maybe even promote a little bit more of our merch, something different. I promoted the crew neck last time. Maybe I'll grab a hat or two.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, we'll look forward to seeing that in Game 4 here. Nice little feed inside. Look at that. From Miskowitz gets it into Murphy, and from point-blank range now makes it 49-30.
Nia Murphy's also had a good game today,
yes,
both on the boards as well as scoring, and even going coast to coast, showing she got a little bit of handles too.
Under 3 minutes to go here. It's going to be a foul. It's a push on Elise Hopkins. Coming up in our next game at 6 o'clock, Eastern time, St. George's and Smyrna. And that'll be followed up with our nightcap at 8 o'clock, Sally's and Sanford. And high school basketball here in Delaware for this 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic.
I am excited for the next 2 games, Mike. I am really excited for the next 2 games.
Got to thank Rod Griffin for joining us again as well, St. George's head coach. 14 years there with great stability for that program, and also what they've done with this foundation. It's year-long with Sean's room at St. George's High School, which is great to hear about how well it's doing.
Absolutely. The people at St. George's are truly just like the best that you can deal with. They've been so encouraging and supportive, both with their time, effort, resources. I don't have enough good words to talk about my gratitude and thanks and admiration for the people at St. George's, both students and faculty and people in the administration.
Yeah, they were some of the early ones to get this going, right? With the Sean's room at St. George's. It's also at the Warehouse in Wilmington, St. Mark's High School, and Salesianum as well. Nice little feed there inside, and the bucket is scored by Friends' Ryan Wiggins. 49-32 now with under 2 minutes left in the game. But Ursuline well in command and looking to grab their 8th win of the season here today. Anderson's been the story, number 5 in red for Ursuline. Just a freshman, and she's got 20 points in this game. She's done a little bit of everything. Inside, outside, great passing. Her defense has forced some turnovers as well. This is how you can donate to the SL24 Foundation. Here as you're watching the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic from Wilmington, Delaware at the Chase Fieldhouse. We got 2 more games to come after this. Izzy Winchell is inside for Wiggins again. Jumper from Catone is good, and that's a 3. And a timeout taken by Friends with 1:13 to go. 14 points, the deficit right now.
Absolutely. We have a good game, but Friends never quit. No matter how they give up a few runs, they make a few runs back. Do they have enough time to overcome this run? I don't know. But they push it and they fight to the end, which is anything you can want as a fan or a coach. But I tell you what, Mike, Ursuline produces guards like nobody's business. Maury Anderson has the opportunity to follow in a line of really successful guards out of Ursuline. Where you talk about, some of the greats that I had the fortune of encounter, Adriana Hahn, Mary Abram Reeder, Brenda Williams, Elena Deladon, the guard of all guards.
Right. That's always the
Gigi
first.
Banks.
Yeah, no, they've had a great group. I mean, you're right. Deladon obviously, the head of the whole thing, but I mean, all those other names that you just mentioned right there, incredible players. And Anderson does have a chance to really be a special one for sure. I'd love to hear from her, later on, not only what this weekend and SL24 means to her, but how she's able to get her game up to this level at such a young age. It's impressive.
Absolutely, and give credit to John Noonan and the confidence he instills in his players that at such a young age, whether you're in high school or even in 8th grade, that you belong and you are good enough to play in this. And I think it's great. I don't know if I had the confidence that young, but then I hit my growth spurt in that, and then the confidence came.
Well, you said it, and I've known John Noonan for 20 plus years, and he has been awesome with people, relationships, on and off the court. Does so much good work and help at ATI Physical Therapy, where he helps people on a daily basis, and that's just his life, and he's done it in great fashion for a long time.
Absolutely. He's a great member of this Delaware community, very supportive also to the SL24 Unlock the Light Foundation. It has been for a long time.
And they get the win here today at 49-35 over Friends. Ursuline wins it behind the 20 points from number 5, Amori Anderson. And that completes game 3 of our 5 here today from Wilmington.
Absolutely. Mike, it's been great getting the call with you. This was a good game. Dominant performance by Amori Anderson, Nia Murphy, and those Ursuline girls basketball. And a strong fight from the Friends team as well. So this has been great. This has been so much fun, and there's no one better to do this with than Mike Corey himself.
Right back at you, man. You're going to be on the roaming around as our reporter for Game 4 coming up in just a little bit. Fans, thanks for watching. Please help donate if you can to the SL24 Foundation. Just go to unlockthelight.com/donate as the 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic will continue. Top of the hour of 6 o'clock Eastern Time, it's Game 4, St. George's and Smyrna. But plenty more to come here today on this Saturday from Wilmington, Delaware in the Chase Field House. The 8th annual SL24 Basketball Classic continues.